Hey guys, it's Cher, and today I'm going to be talking about a makeup brand called Makeup Revolution. More specifically, their highlighters. I really like this brand, they're super affordable, and I've been buying stuff from them for years, but I still feel like not a lot of people really know about them for some reason, and they make pretty decent products at low prices, which you know I'm always on the lookout for. I mentioned these in a previous video where I tried out some new makeup that I hadn't played around with yet. I recently bought one of their highlighting quad palettes and I really liked the shades in it and wanted to show you guys. And then I realized I also had some other highlighters that I've just never shown on camera before that are really pretty from this brand. I thought I would include those in this video too. So if you want to watch me test these highlighters out, then let's get into the video. The first thing I wanted to show you guys is the Face Quad highlighting palette. I mentioned this highlighting palette in the last video where I tried new makeup, and I almost included it in that video because I had just bought it, but I decided to go ahead and just do a completely separate video on that highlighting kit and then also include other Makeup Revolution highlighters I've gotten in the past. So these are the 4 shades that come in this kit. There's a really light champagne gold shade, and then a pearl shade. This one's like a rosy shade, and then this one is more of a rose gold shade, if it's coming across correctly on camera. It's probably not. This highlighting palette was only $15. Normally, like bigger highlighting kits like this with 4 large shades typically run, like, I've seen them as high as $50. I saw this and thought this was a really good deal, especially since it's like a complete set, like a full quad of highlighting shades, because I've seen them run pretty expensive in other brands. There was actually 2 versions of this palette. This is the incandescent version. The shades in this one are just a lot lighter than the shades in the other one. And then the other one was called Ignite. I really liked the shades in that one too, but I ended up deciding to go with the incandescent version of the palette because I just feel like I'm going to be able to get more use out of the shades in this one because they are lighter and they match my skin tone a little bit better, I think. The other one had a similar feel. It just came with more golden shades, and the shades that it did come with were darker toned. I'm gonna try to put these on my wrist so that you guys can see, and then I'm going to use some of the shades on my face because I don't have any highlighter on yet. I never swatch things, so bear with me. This is the lightest pearl shade. That one is the first lighter rose color. This one is the champagne gold color. And then this one shows up really well. It is the darker rose gold color. It's the darkest one in the palette, obviously. And to be honest, I think that I'm going to probably use this shade more for eyeshadow because it's just way too dark to be a highlighter on me. But especially the first 3 shades here, I think that I'm going to be able to get a lot of use out of. Like I said, they're kind of interchangeable with eyeshadows too. So I'm probably going to use them for both. I don't have any highlight on right now, and I wanted to go ahead and put on a couple of these shades so that you guys could see what they look like on my face. I think that I'm going to go with the gold shade for my cheekbones because I feel like it kind of matches my eyeshadow because I did like a reddish golden eyeshadow look. Do you see how shimmery that is and how much that picks up on camera? And then just so you guys can see a different shade on a different part of my face, I'm going to use this pearly white shade on my inner corners and underneath my eyebrows. And then I'm going to use that same gold shade on my nose and on my cupid's bow. Now this is obviously a super highlighted look. Not everyone is going to be into this level of highlight, but just goes to show that these highlighters are pretty intense. I also wanted to go ahead and show you guys some of the older highlighters that I've bought from them in like the past 2 years. I also own 2 of the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked highlighter powders. I have 2 shades. I have one in Radiant Lights and the other in Peach Lights. Radiant Lights was the first Makeup Revolution product I ever bought. I've had it forever, so the packaging is a little bit messy, but it's just a simple neutral shimmer shade. So I know that it's really natural looking on my skin, but this is the Radiant Lights shade. Definitely a less intense shimmer than the highlighters in the quad palette, but still very pretty and natural looking. And then this shade is the Peach Lights, which is definitely more noticeable and a lot more shimmery. And in my opinion, it doesn't come off in a peach color at all. Like, I think that it comes off very pinkish purple, almost like metallic. As you can see, compared to the Radiant Lights, this one is a lot more dramatic. These Vivid Baked highlighters are only $6 a piece. I've gotten both of mine at Ulta, I think, which that price is crazy when you consider how long these have lasted me. I've had the first shade, the Radiant Light shade, at least for 2 or 3 years. I think it was actually the first single highlight shade that I bought that I continuously used on like an everyday basis because of how natural it looked. And then I've had this shade in Peach Lights, probably a little less than a year, but I just haven't used it that much because it is definitely more dramatic than what I would usually wear as an everyday highlight. It's still really pretty, it's just super metallic, so I do not use it as often as I used the Radiant Lights. I'm sure that you guys already know this if you're familiar with the Makeup Revolution brand at all, but they're also really well known for making these really inexpensive dupes to super expensive popular makeup palettes. They've made almost exact replicas of Too Faced palettes, the Urban Decay Naked palettes. Like, they take really expensive high-end products and then make them for half the price. I know some people think that's kind of shady because they're basically just copying other brands' ideas, but at the same time, for people like me who do not like to spend $50 on one palette every single time they buy makeup, like, I definitely don't have a problem with it. And it's not like they're bad quality products either. They seem to be pretty good quality. So in case you didn't know that about this brand, then that is something that you can look into if you're on a budget, like me. So yeah, all in all, Makeup Revolution is a pretty awesome brand. If you haven't heard of them yet or you haven't bought any of their products, then you should definitely check them out. Especially with their highlighters, because I've never been disappointed with any of the highlighters I've bought from them. They seem to have a pretty good mix of natural shades that you could wear every day and some brighter, more shimmery shades that you can kind of build upon if you want your highlight to be more dramatic. Best of both worlds. Yeah, I know this was kind of a short video, but I just wanted to put this out there because I've been meaning to make a video about Makeup Revolution for a long time, and then when I bought that one highlighting quad palette and ended up really liking it, I thought I would just go ahead and make this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope it gave you some information on a brand that maybe you haven't tried yet or you haven't heard of, or maybe just gave you some ideas for cheaper versions of makeup products that you might not want to spend $50 on. If you liked watching this video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. Also, you can hit the bell notification below if you want to be notified whenever I post new videos. And I just recently made an Instagram, which I haven't had in years. So if you want to follow me on there, then I will link that below so you can find me. If you have any other products or brands that you'd like me to try, then just leave them down in the comments below and I will take a look. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!